Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please welcome to the ring from Toledo, Ohio, weighing in at 325 pounds, the world's most huggable wrestler, Bryan Castle.
Here we got Bryan Castle now coming out here smacking hands and then waving them in the air, trying to get. I certainly don't want this man to hug me. I mean, look at the arms on this man. He would squeeze the life out of me. Huggable. About as huggable as an anaconda, a boa constrictor.
His opponent, making his way to the ring, he hails from the Broken Mirror, representing the Dead Wrestling Society, weighing in at 193 pounds. This is Stain!
There you see Stain making his way to the ring, as Paul Rivas said, representing the Dead Wrestling Society. We saw last month Bryan Castle coming in to make the save, as Stain was, well, Little Richard, you would tell the story much better than I.
You know, Stain absolutely stalking Madison when the Dead Wrestling Society attacked at our final show of 2014. They attacked her, sprayed that red mist into her eyes. Stain, of course, stalked her, and Bryan Castle wasn't gonna have any. Oh
my. The bell has rung, and there is no love lost between these men. Bryan Castle laying into Stain with a couple of quick right slaps. Bryan Castle, quick body slam. Castle off the ropes. Leg drop across the throat of Stain. Oh, that big forearm from Castle.
I mean, the brute power of Bryan Castle. You know, he might be all huggable and nice and friendly and this and that. But I mean, when this man gets mad, He's got the power to back it up, too.
Castle charging. Stain moves. Stain now almost piggybacking onto Castle.
And he was biting him. He was biting him, too, I do believe.
Castle flipping him off like a rag doll, though. Stain taking out the knees of Bryan Castle.
And there we go with Stain, this mental specimen of sorts. You know, Stain, Crimson got into his head.
The former James Santel.
Course, but I mean, look at him now. We're seeing a more vicious James Santel. We are seeing a rechristened James Santel. We're seeing Stain.
Bryan Castle getting the leg up as Stain was charging. Kick to the midsection of Castle.
You know, James Santel, he would have ran from a match like this. He would have ran from a guy this size like Bryan Castle. Not Stain. Not Stain.
Our junior official, Phil Kinney, giving Stain the count of 5 to break the hold in the corner. It almost looked as though Stain going for a pin attempt. Castle having his legs underneath that bottom rope, though.
You know, does Stain care about winning? Does he really care? I don't think he cares about winning.
Well, if he follows the mentality of his Dead Wrestling Society brethren, he does not.
Absolutely not. The Dead Wrestling Society, they don't care about wins and losses. They don't care about titles.
Stain, pin attempt. Castle kicking out at 2. Stain once again.
Now Phil Kinney can't even do his job. I mean, Stain is not the kind of man you wanna mess around with. From our vantage point, looks like he has a chin lock of sorts or tweaking on that neck.
Ooh, elbow right into the neck of Bryan Castle. What's this? Stain going up to the second rope. Bryan Castle working his way back to his feet, though. Stain flying. Bryan Castle catches him. Hooks the leg. Oh! Stain up and over. Castle back up. Big clothesline. Stain. Back elbow from Castle. Castle sends Stain to the ropes. Castle back out. Double axe handle to the chest of Stain. Castle off the ropes. Drops the elbow. Pin attempt. 1, 2. Stain kicking out.
There you go. I mean, Stain. Look at this man. Look at the. Like I'm saying before, James Santel. Well, he wouldn't have kicked out. He would have just. He might have perhaps given. Oh my!
Stain spiking the face of Bryan Castle down into the center of the ring.
And Stain's getting mad. Stain's getting angry. And what's worse than Stain? Angry Stain. That's what's worse than Stain. I mean, but I would think Stain's always angry. Look at the man.
Both men back to their feet. Castle ducks a clothesline. Big boot sending Stain flying out of the ring. Both men on the outside here on our hard camera side. Big elbow from Castle. Boot to the midsection from Stain. Both men trading shots now. Castle throwing the face of Stain into the apron.
You know, this is dangerous for Bryan Castle. Stain doesn't care. Bryan Castle, if he's worried about...
Referee Phil Kinney, the count of 9, count of 10. Double count out here. Stain and Bryan Castle still brawling here on the outside.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Phil Kinney has counted both men out of the ring. This match is a double count out.